To the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu, and of course, it's brought to you by Amstel Malta. Okay, now we're going to do a few things this morning, but the first thing I want to do is to put some clarity into what happened at 7:30. You know, I was caught up abruptly by time, not necessarily by sheriff, but my time was up, and that has to do with the Yule Doce story. The thrust of, by the way, I need to correct something, is not that the father disowned him, but I think he said it had nothing to do with the child that was with the wife or whatever it is. But the most important thing, the part that concerned me that I couldn't get to talk about really, is the fact that stop bringing your personal life to the social media. It doesn't do anybody any good. And the fact that people were huffing and puffing over an event that happens almost every 2 minutes, that was my reaction in saying that, look, let's call a spade, let's be adults, these things do happen. I'm not in any way encouraging it, but it's not for me to encourage. It's a part of our lives. And I think rather than be hypocritical about it, we should look at it objectively and find a way around some of these things. This idea of extramarital affairs comes from the fact that what the way we used to operate traditionally, we abandoned it and are trying so hard to inculcate Western ways. And what I mean is this: in the past, you were allowed to have as many wives as you can afford, but because of what they will call modern times, or like the gentleman I invited yesterday will call civilization. We now have this where people are being more hypocritical. They have affairs outside marriage, and they're usually the first to talk in social media when things like this happen, criticize. I'm not saying what he did is right or wrong. It's not for me to judge. A man has a right to live his life any way he deems fit, as long as he does that within the ambits of law and what I would call society and common sense. In this case, what the gentleman did, I'm not encouraging it, but who can cast the first stone? Who can cast the first stone? Some of the people that have been loudest on this issue, we know what we know what we know. But the crux of my address today is, if you think that you are wronged on the family level, the social media is not the place to go. In all honesty, it's not to go. I've heard people, I just go viral, I just go viral. Hey, if it goes viral, so what? You're providing entertainment for other people. That's what it is. You are providing entertainment for other people. And then don't spend all your life reading up what is happening to other people when you should be thinking of your own future. I also need to go. A lot of us are obsessed with the social media. That is understandable. Jobs are hard to come by. But the fact that you're not gainfully employed doesn't mean you can't spend your time thinking about how you can develop yourself. Read books, go to YouTube. You can, so many things, go to the animal channels, so many things you can do to develop yourself rather than sit back idly as early as 7 o'clock in the morning reading who has done what or watching these funny movies, Korean movies and so on and so forth. Let's all get up and get a life. Life is tough, life is rough, but it's not going to be aided by being indolent. And to the gentleman, I will tell him, could you please tidy up your affairs anyway? And all this posting on, is your right? Is everybody's right to post on Instagram or otherwise? But bringing your personal life out into the public, you're just providing entertainment for people who otherwise should have spent their time being more useful. Okay? So that's, I'm sure you're all worried about the contempt I have but of course I do. The social media has made so many people indolent. As early as 6 o'clock, they're picking up the phone and looking at, and this one is attacking this one and attacking that one. We still have a lot of people being excited by the fact that if they say something, the whole world will hear. Second base, Jerry. I'm supposed to have 2 guests here to talk about children with special needs, but for some funny reason, they haven't appeared yet. The 2 of them, they haven't appeared yet. When they do come, we'll see if we can accommodate them. In the meantime, we might just have to do what I said we would do yesterday, and talk a little bit about what's making the rounds. The newspapers today are slightly bereft of news because one gentleman turned 60 and turns all the papers into his. Cumulatively, the adverts that would have been made in this man to honor him and so on and so forth, cumulatively could come to about 30 pages. And I'm saying that if this couldn't have been a surprise to him, because guess what? Each of those adverts has a different picture of the man wearing something different. Either he's wearing a captain's suit or he's wearing this or that or that or that. Okay, congratulations to him. Happy birthday to him. I wonder what is gained by these things. I honestly wonder what is gained by this. The newspapers are full. Maybe because I work in the media, I have a different idea about all this, what I would call a bit of a show-off. I have a different perspective to it. And I sometimes ask myself, so what do you gain, for example, by being on the front pages of a newspaper? So people talk about you and then what? Our job today was hampered. When we look at different pictures, this man turning 60 or so. If you are a top personality, think twice before you do certain things, especially if you're in the corporate world. Think twice. Do not be hoodwinked by people who, of course, they have a living to make, and the whole world must know what. If you see the what it does sometimes is that it could send the wrong signal about you. People could think that you're vain. It could send the wrong signal about you. So I ask you to tarry a while. 1 or 2 pages of congratulations is probably okay, and only God knows who will save us from this culture of wanting to put ads in the paper and congratulate everybody. Somebody became chairman of some local union and take 4 or 5 pages in the newspaper to congratulate him. But it's okay. These things are a matter of opinion. But I do feel sorry, when I see things like this. And I thought I'd use this opportunity to voice my opinion. I won't mention his name. It's not none of the one telling me it's none of my business anyway. Yes, I think our guests here. Do you think my guests are here? I thought, are they here? Let them come in. Okay, so we'll take a short break and then we'll be right back. Let's get ourselves organized.
Join the conversation no matter where you are. Download our mobile app by searching Nigeria Info FM on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Also, get news updates in sports, entertainment, news, and current affairs right on the app. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Join the conversation no matter where you are. Download our mobile app by searching Nigeria Info FM on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Also, get news updates in sports, entertainment, news, and current affairs right on the app. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Stay one step ahead with the latest news and trending conversations here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Don't tell people you've added weight. Why are you losing weight?
Yeah.
You eating? No, it's not your business.
That money, the pass is good. Finally.
We should be patient and pray to God that God is going to answer her prayer.
Please, this is not all about prayer. It's not like everything is not prayer. That is Nigerian mentality. If you're not finding happiness in your home, you pray.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
Yeah, you're welcome back. And I have with me Mrs. Folusho Liasu, who is the president of the Super Parents Foundation, that is children with special needs. Is that right? And I also have my good friend here, Mrs. Angela Moa. Thankfully, I'm not calling her Abodari today. And she's also the president of the Autism Parents Association, and she's the mother of a 21-year-old child with special needs. Morning, ladies. This is that time of the year again when you want to raise awareness for children with special needs. In putting out the advert, putting out the publicity materials for this, I had referred to the children as children with disabilities, but I was corrected. So I'd like to know what's the difference between children with disabilities and children with special needs. Who will take it first? Okay.
Well, I think it's just nomenclature. It's not intertwined. I don't think there's a difference per se.
There's no difference.
Some say maybe, academically or so. I'm not sure of the difference. I heard different views. I'm really not sure.
Okay, your child that needs special needs is how old?
I don't have a child with special needs.
With special needs. Yes. So you have an NGO?
Yes.
Yes. I see. So what pushed you to this? Because, I mean, you don't have a child with special needs. We'd like to know what...
It's passion. I'm a very passionate person. And where I see a vacuum that needs to be filled, I saw it with disability community, children with special needs, especially parents of children with special needs. You know, we can't be taking care of them.
Do you have anybody close to you with special needs that we can say that person's experience is what pushed you to it?
Not really, but in secondary school, my best friend had polio. So maybe we can catch. I've never seen anyone.
Is polio? I don't think polio is a special need.
Well, they still need help one way or the other.
No, they don't. I know somebody. I mean, they don't need help outside the ordinary because I have a very, very close friend who's doing far better.
Yes.
Yes, and she has polio and she doesn't have any special needs.
But they still face discrimination.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but that's not a need. When you say special needs, it means special needs for day-to-day living.
Okay. Yeah.
Because why I say so is that people with polio sometimes find it offensive to be called disabled persons.
True.
Okay.
So I wanted to make that point very clear.
Okay.
That okay, fine. So moving around is a problem. It can happen to anybody somewhere along the line.
Yes.
But as far as that goes, oh my God, you need to see some of them. All right. Morning, Angela. How are you?
I'm
fine.
well,
We've had a discussion last year, but our listeners have changed since then. That means they've increased in number, hopefully. So you have had a child with special needs.
Yes.
And
right.
that, therefore, I concentrate on you more than that's because it is important that people get the feel of what it is. You don't get the feel when you assemble these kids. You don't get the feel when you organize them. You get a feel when you give birth to them. And they are your 100% responsibility. You can't run away from it. And that's why I give you a lot of kudos. And also, I have friends also who are in that position. And rather than do what most Nigerians did, awareness is better now.
Yes.
But 20, 30 years ago, I know some children who have been locked upstairs in their duplexes almost all their lives when visitors come.
Yeah.
Okay? You move them away. Yes, and that's not the way to go. So again, if you don't mind reliving your experience, at what point did you discover that your child would have these special needs?
Okay. My son was born. Everything was fine.
He was fine.
Everything was fine until the age of about 18 months.
Really? He was kicking,
yes.
goggling,
everything. If I was talking, he had about maybe like 15 words or so that he was saying, "Mommy, Daddy." You could tell him to do things, go and shut the door, go and,
And he could always point at his favorite parent.
Definitely.
If you asked him, who did you love most, daddy or mommy? Who did
mommy,
he say?
of course.
Women always do that. Women always do that.
Yes. So it was around that time, and I remember that I traveled, and I came back, and I had done that with my kids. I traveled and after about 18 months, I take a break. And I came back and his reaction to me wasn't as expected. It wasn't
Just
like
one
the
day?
others. No. I traveled for 2 weeks.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It wasn't the same as with my other kids, how it happened. And then he didn't even, and then he called me auntie. I'm like, oh, he just like auntie,
Is that somebody else have moved into your house?
I'm just like, okay. Okay, and then as time went on, I realized that his words were reducing. And Wumi and I have children around the same age. Her daughter was.
That's your sister.
Yes, she was born 2 months earlier. Yes, she's 2 months older than him. So we used to compare notes. Like, okay, so what's your child saying? What's yours saying? And then at a point I said, mine seems to be saying less. So. And she said, maybe he's a strong, silent type, But then, of course, in my mind, I'm like, okay. And then we started, visited his pediatrician, and she referred us to a child neurologist or psychologist. And initially she said, that it's fine, that sometimes boys, they take time, by
They
2.
can be slow.
Yes, And then later she said, okay, then she did another assessment, and she said, she wanted to see us. And she said, I'm sorry, your son has autism. And because I didn't really know much about it, I thought, at least they're giving it a name. Because I thought my child can't just be slow like that. My sister's child is moving forward. I thought, okay, autism. So she gave us some reading material, and I thought, okay, let's start doing our research. And when I started reading, I said, Yikma.
What am I in for?
What am I in for? Exactly. Unfortunately, my husband and I, we've always been on the same page. He was like, "Oh yeah, let's get going. What are we going to do about this?" There was no time for. There was no blame. There was no
time for smash.
Exactly. we just got cracking. We started going, and that's when we started going to South Africa, because the person we were working with felt that she couldn't do more for him. She had gotten him to a stage where he could sort of like gesticulate, thank you or please, but she felt that I don't know what to do. I know this.
So what he has, does it affect his physical movement?
No, it doesn't.
So he's okay physically.
He is. Yes.
What he has is autism. Now that's what's the other one now? You have autism.
Okay.
You have
ADD.
Down syndrome. So it's different from Down syndrome.
It is, yes.
So he's. Would you at sight know that he has autism?
No, at all.
So does it have to do with speech, or it has to do with his thinking process?
Thinking process, speech, social interaction, especially, yes. His speech is, he could talk, maybe if the first few sentences you might not notice, but then after a while you just notice that, okay, this guy is
Yes.
Yeah. But
yes, I have one or two kiddie friends that are like kiddie friends now. They're in their 30s, but they're kids, they're kids that are grown up to be friends with. One has Down syndrome, and in spite of all his difficulties, he plays good music.
That's BJ.
He has written BJ. Yo, okay. He's my friend, not yours. and also he's very, very witty. He looked at me. I'd been coming to this house. I kick him around and so on and so forth. He looked at me one day and just said, "Pregnant," because I have a pot belly. And ever since then, he's been calling me pregnant.
Oh yeah.
Or could you be pregnant? Then I pretend like I'm going to throw him down the staircase. And they have a lot of potential.
Yes.
With needs. What parents need to do is to have the right attitude.
Yes.
I don't think it can be done by taking him before the religious people say that
Definitely not.
they're taking him for this and that and that. How old is your son now?
He's 21.
He's a big boy now.
Yes.
I think if I remember, you say he plays basketball or something.
Yes, he
like
took
his
part
uncle, his late uncle.
Yes, okay, yes.
Your brother,
Yes. Yes. Yes, he took part in the Special Olympics. Remember I mentioned that to you?
Yes.
And
yes.
the team came back with the gold medals.
So at 21, what does he do for a living?
Well, at the moment he's at a school called Anthos House, which was started by Green Spring School, and it was actually designed
in Lagos here.
Yes, it's designed. In fact, it came at the right time, because I'm thinking, I don't want to go and take my child abroad. I don't want to, because there's something about children being abroad. it's kind of like it's a bit colder, you don't have the community.
It's a disconnect.
Yes, exactly.
Disconnect.
So I didn't.
I usually tell those who want to listen, we have a lot of Johnny Just Comes who want to use their children and whatever to exhibit their wealth.
Okay.
My child is in so you don't let a child go until it's about 18, 19, going to uni. By that time, he can stand on his 2 feet on his own, no matter how rich you are.
Yeah.
Well, we never listen.
Yeah.
Those who did it in the past, if you go by the law of averages, me watching younger cousins grow up. Mm-hmm. Those who did it in the past have had very little benefit from it, ultimately. So that decision was very, very wise. Yeah. In fact, I can say that decision was inevitable, because maybe if you had to put him abroad, then you'd have to live abroad.
Something like that,
yeah.
Because
you'll be shuttling, you become the most frequent traveler. You'll be shuttling from midterm.
In fact.
So I'm glad that there's a school here.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask you what the school fees would be like.
But
it's here. It's here. Wouldn't it be nice if the government could set up such schools?
It would be.
A few of them,
Yes, because I'm like...
For those who don't have the kind of income that you and your husband have. LIRS listening to this program, so they have the fed. By the way, I hope you know that Mrs. Emuwa is also chairman of the Punch. So that is also very... And by the way, congrats to Demola Oshinubi.
Yes,
as he retires. I'm very proud of him.
Yes.
I'm a puncher too. That's where I started my full career. And to see him through almost about how many years?
40...
he tried,
40, yeah, because he joined at the age of 21.
Yes, we're all in the Punch. I joined in 80... Modano.
Mm-hmm.
When did Chief die?
84.
84. So I must have joined, I think I joined 81. Punch 81, and he's been there ever since.
Wow, honestly.
I give him a Ogbedi phone.
Now, wow, I wish you could see you.
Congrats. No, it's recorded on YouTube. They'll send it to him.
I'll ask him to check.
Okay, it's the Daily Digest with Jimi, so I need to take a short break to earn a living. And then when I come back, I'll continue my discussion with this lady, so don't go away.
Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment.
Hey, put a spotlight on me. Now let me tell you this. I used to care for the world's opinion.
And I used to fear their rejection.
Omo, I used to beg for validation.
And I used to wait to be seen.
But now, no more.
No more.
No more.
Because my time.
My time?
My time.
My own time is now. So what are you waiting for?
Amstel Malta. Be your best.
Hey, put a spotlight on me. Now let me tell you this. I used to care for the world's opinion.
And I used to fear their rejection.
Omo, I used to beg for validation.
And I used to wait to be seen.
But now, no more.
No more.
No more.
Because my time.
My time?
My time.
My own time is now. So what are you waiting for?
Amstel Malta. Be your best.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
All right, Angela and I were trying to catch up on so many things. All right, so you're welcome back to the Daily Digest, with Jimi Disu, brought to you by Amstel Malta. And we're talking about children with special needs. It happens this time of the year because, unlike what I would normally do, I kind of identified with this course. I'm very careful the way I identify with courses and NGOs and things like that. Extra careful. In fact, it's a no-go for me unless I am rock sure. But you have this awareness that comes up tomorrow.
That's right.
Yes.
And then, of course, do people have to pay to come in? No.
No, it's free.
Just come in and dance and,
Yes.
and whatever. But they will donate, shao.
Well,
Yes.
it's not compulsory, but definitely,
It's not
support the
compulsory. It's not advisable. but it is
We even have a raffle. You can still buy raffle tickets at the venue. Yes.
Not today we are going.
In fact.
It's just to create awareness.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, Mrs. Chidi will hit my backside if I announce where it's going to take place and how you can get there.
Okay.
But if you go to the social media, I'm sure. But those who know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I saw the video of last year's own, and I was quite excited. I can't make it tomorrow, but I'm sending a representative.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Yes, there is a Mrs. AK who will be there.
Okay.
And she will represent me. Right. So we are going to open up our lines 0700 993 993 993 014657190. We'll take your calls. We'll take your calls for all the things we've discussed this morning, so that I can give you the opportunity to express yourselves. But in regards of my intro before we started, let's keep it nice and cool, and let's personalize it less. I don't want to get involved in people's lives. Before you came in, ladies, we were talking about how people drag their issues, their personal issues, to the media. Okay. There's a famous one making the rounds now of some man who, a gentleman actor who, apart from his wife, had gotten somebody else in the family way, and the opera and this and that. And my advice, first of all, I don't know what the whole fuss is about. This thing happens every day. Tendo de Larry. I'm not supporting what he has done, but why are you saying,
No comment.
I know that as a woman, especially you, Angela, very strict. You won't support him. I don't support what he did, but it's not for me to support or whatever. I just don't, because at the end of the day, everybody gets damaged. And the idea of they themselves bringing their issues out is what concerns me. And I advise people against it. Don't bring your issues to this. It won't solve any problem. I will go viral. The whole world will hear. Okay, so if the whole world hear, it doesn't improve anything. In fact, if anything, it makes it worse. These things can be handled quietly, the way our forefathers handled it. So that nobody gets embarrassed. Nobody. Then you must also remember that there's a child involved. That child is going to become an adult.
Exactly.
And Angela, it doesn't take long for the child you gave birth today. One day you wake up and he says he wants to get married. I didn't know. I honestly didn't know. I can't account for how I moved from being a father to a grandfather in what I would consider such a short period of my life. So these things happen. And having been in the media almost all my life, let me just say all my life really, because from A-levels I had an interest, I tend to tell people. And I remember having a discussion with our good friend Muyiwa Adetiba many years ago. He would have forgotten. I think we were having food in the canteen when he was writing some column every Sunday. And he said that he always tells people that don't come to the media with the good things about you, because definitely the world is going to fish out the bad things about you. You don't lose anything. That's why I also made the comment this morning about some gentleman who turned 60 and took over about 3 newspapers, almost about 40 ads, wearing 40 different clothes.
Wow, are you serious?
And I'm saying it's not advisable anywhere in the world. It's not peculiar to Nigeria. If you're a star and you're out there in the world, sometimes you can't avoid it. Much as I am exposed here in the job that I do, I keep my private life private. I keep people guessing. It's none of your business. I'm not a government official. I don't want to be VP. I don't want to be president. I don't want to be governor. I just want to do my job. Anyway, let's forget about these kids with special needs.
Can I just say something about super parents, Folusho? Because a minute I found out what she was doing, I supported her because...
Who was doing now?
Super parents, because even though she's not a parent, the way she has helped parents,
the passion that she has.
Yes, because what she did, what I saw was that these parents were feeling stigmatized and very sort of self-conscious about their children. She told them, look, go out there And then she tells them, call your children adorables, you know. So they now change. I could see the change. You know, the way they carry their children around with pride.
Look, people like you, Muiwa and Kwan, you know, I give you a lot of kudos. I'm so proud of you because there are loads of children that spent all their lives upstairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like to use that upstairs, whatever, because the child is hidden from the problem.
Yes.
It's hidden. I know some top families, real top, who have children who are now in their 50s and 60s that have this problem and are hidden. Yes.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
Yes. If I mention, of course I won't. but this place will catch fire. They're hidden. People who are almost even our own ages.
Well, it's due to ignorance.
It's due to ignorance.
The society has evolved.
That is not to even talk about the number of parents who could have committed murder.
Yeah.
You know, in cases like this, thrown them away, giving them up for adoption, abandoned them on the streets, locked them up in the house, taking them to people who would continue to tell them he's an evil spirit, is this and that. And guess what? These people are the sweetest of the set of human beings.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yes.
Their minds, I'm very close, well, not very close, but close enough to BJ, for example. His mind is pure.
Exactly. Yes.
Very pure. He you know, they don't have all these very pure issues. No. And I'm extremely comfortable around them.
Yes.
But our people need to be deep thinking.
Yeah.
To know that the circumstance of your birth is not your whatever. You know, no, that of the parents. It is not as if something has befallen you.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not witchcraft or anything. It's just an error. Everybody can have. Everybody has. I started wearing glasses at the age of 8. I had serious myopia.
Wow.
It's a surprise that I can see. At the age of 8, and at that age of 8, remember in those days the glasses were bottles. But if anybody laughs, when people don't laugh, others can laugh. You don't laugh. Cover your. if anything, and I was almost stigmatized as a child.
Wow.
Because imagine in the 60s, a child wearing glasses at the age of 8. I looked different.
Bottle glasses.
Bottle glasses. Not even this plastic. You know, now you have all these glasses. And I was called a langba in the neighborhood.
Oh.
You know,
That's
but
sad.
I've been toughened. I've been toughened from childhood. I will walk in the neighborhood. They call me a langba and I walk the next day. You know, and look at it. So we always, everybody has to deal with one issue or the other. You could have a hearing problem.
It's a cultural.
Yes.
Yeah,
you could have knocked.
yes,
you could have knocked knees. You could have albinism. Do you take care in your special needs NGO?
Yes.
Do you have members who suffer from albinism? Is it seen as a special need?
It is.
It is.
For those who
Although
are
there's
listening,
a debate.
For those who are listening, albinism
stigmatized.
means albinos. Yes, go on.
Yeah, albinos. There's a debate, though it has to do with the skin, still disability of the skin, you know, because they can't be exposed to sunlight and they are vulnerable to many skin diseases, even eye issues.
Yes.
Well, some still don't class. Other disability community don't class them as disabled. They still feel they have an advantage. You understand? So it's still in debate, but we do class them as
because people also don't realize that the problems, people like that, albinism, those who are disfigured, hunchback, and so on and so forth, for some funny reason, these fetish people believe that there is special whatever. For some fun, I can't place it.
I don't. They believe they are
at one
special
time
beings.
At one time, it was difficult for an albino to walk the streets of Lagos at night.
Till
now.
Yes.
Because one time I heard
it's even worse in other African countries.
One time I heard that in the central Lagos market here, in central Lagos here, they sold the parts.
Oh my God.
Tongue, this, that, name it.
Yeah.
For those who believe, especially for money rituals. That's what we hear.
Ignorance, just wickedness, and I don't know.
How can you raise awareness about this? This is in line with the club that is awareness and whatever. Awareness for what? What is the purpose of that awareness? Is it just for people to know, or for people to assist, or to prepare the minds of anybody who comes across this to say that, look, it could happen to anybody.
Yes.
This is the way you should react to it. Can you tell me which one of them it is? Or it's all?
I think it's all, yes. I mean, the idea is that for people to realize that if you see people with disabilities, we're all the same. We're all human beings created by God.
And our situations can change just like that.
Anytime.
And it's
just
due
like
to
that.
stroke, due to some disease,
it can change in a minute.
Accident, anything could happen that will lead to disability.
Yes.
So that's why we talk
You're
about
not free
empathy.
till you die.
Yeah. Yes. So
Even when you die, that's why fella said dead body get accident.
Yes.
Even when you die, if they're carrying your coffin and you run into a trailer, you can go to the grave disabled. I mean, we like to look at the funny side of things once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
So dead body get accident. You know, so we need to have that attitude. And the part that upsets me the most is the stigmatization part.
Yeah.
It's the stigmatization part. If something happens to your pinky finger, this little finger like this, maybe whitlow or something, believe you me, some people won't come near you. Yes. Yorubas call it pe àwọn tó ní ìríra. You speak Yoruba, madam?
I'm Yoruba.
Are you Yoruba?
I'm an Ijesha girl.
Really?
Yes.
Ijesha people are very tough. For those who don't know, Ijesha people are the ones who do Oshobalo. If you owe them money, they will move it to your house.
It's true. We are business.
And she's from Ibadan. So the Yorubas call it Awantoni Irira. Some of them can't even carry a child that has catarrh.
Huh?
Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true. I have a friend like that.
But I think even that alone is an imbalance.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's an imbalance.
It's true.
Yeah. We have so many little behavioral patterns that call for attention that people don't pay attention to.
Yeah.
Just like OCD too.
Just like OCD. Yeah, that is the worst of it all. I have a friend, if you go to his house, if he offers you a drink, every time you lift up your glass to put the glass to your mouth, he cleans that place and you put it back again.
Serious.
So if you go to his house, what to do? I say, I'm not saying you go do anything, so I will hold it. I said, don't put it in a glass, give me the bottle to hold. Guess what? Even holding the bottle and put it into my mouth and still holding it, he doesn't want that.
Wow.
He wants you to put it down and put it in the glass.
Wow. Serious.
All right. Today's Friday, so I'm taking things nice and easy. And we are talking about a subject that ordinarily might be sad, but we'll look at it from a more positive note. Can your son survive on his own?
At the moment, no. In the sense that...
At 21?
Yeah, no, he can't. The truth is that... I guess as when you have a child with special needs, you're kind of protective. You're
extra protective.
But I've managed. I'm starting to, like even when I let him go for the Special Olympics, he was in camp in Shagamu for 2 weeks at the age of 10. My heart bled, but I said, look,
we need to put a call through to Theo to find out if you slept for this.
I can just imagine.
No, it wasn't easy.
She's just been a mother. But
every time Theo will extend his hand, you say, no, my son. He must have been unfastened himself for that period.
I just told myself this is for his own good. You do things, you don't want to do it because you want to give them everything they ask for, but you say no. You have to be disciplined because it's for his own good. You tighten your because the instinct is to just give everything that they want.
Yes.
But yeah.
I think I have a caller there. Now, please, this is a sensitive subject, so let's handle it carefully. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Abisayo Pakiese. I'm calling you from Agboro, State.
Thank you very much. Please go on.
Yes, thank you for the topic, and I feel the world would be less stigmatizing on people with special needs. And kudos to Madam Angela Ma.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Then.
Okay, let's take another one. Hello, good morning.
Uncle Jimi.
Yes, sir.
Madam, good morning.
Morning, Chris.
Thank you for being there for your son, madam. Like Uncle Jimmy said, I know one or two families
Yes.
to have something, and they lock this lady up. Older lady,
yes,
they always lock her up upstairs.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Whenever I visit, I feel pain, Uncle Jimmy. So, madam, I want to say thank you once more. You can see the way you are sounding.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chris, how can you see the way she's sounding? Bemu.
Excited.
You can feel the love I have for my son in my voice.
No, what he actually did, all of us did. He did a direct translation.
Okay.
You can see. Anyway, sometimes when I think in Yoruba, and I want to say it in English, you just go the direct translation where you can see. How are you useful? No vex. Let's take another one. Hello, morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, how are you?
This is Moses calling from Lekki.
Good morning, Moses. How are you?
First, for me, this is the question. Nobody can create anybody. You can't create it.
Yes.
So, even one mindset I've had in my life is that I can't create nobody. And I don't know my tomorrow because I don't have a child yet. So, I never look down on any child or anybody, even the person they call madman in the street. I just go my own peacefully and I never laugh at them or look at them anyhow.
Yes.
Because I know I have that mindset that they are only having issues, which is not their fault. For the man people, I don't know how they have their issues, but it's not for me to judge. And any child that have autism or that people call all sorts of names, I always tell people that laugh at them, don't laugh at nobody. You can't create a soul. Why are you laughing at? Is it their fault they are born that way? People should have that mentality. You can't create a soul. Your robot you are creating is not a life. So don't laugh at anybody.
Thank you.
Or any parent.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to see a lot of dancing tomorrow. I know you're a fitness. Yes, I know you belong to the dancing club and your fitness. It's too late for me to join. This thing won't go down.
Never too late.
It's never too late.
Never too late.
But I mean, this exercise, do you do it for fun or to keep fit?
Both, actually. It was just, for me, it was finding something that I would do consistently because it's something I enjoy.
Yes.
So I am so glad that I found it because since I stumbled across the safari, I've not, 2014.
Yes.
I've been a regular, unless I'm not in town. And now that they've gone online, so if I'm not in town, I'm online. So
what do I lose by not being, I don't get involved in any exercise, at least not the one I can admit publicly. Well, if you want to laugh, you can laugh. What do you lose? Of course, you have health challenges and things like that.
Exactly.
If you don't keep fit, I know all that.
Yeah.
But we'll get around.
And even for
are you part of the dancing whatever?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so,
yes.
Yeah.
Trisha Maja ought to be here. She apologizes due to unforeseen circumstances. So she is the
exercise person.
Yes, co-founder of Safari.
Oh, by the way, do you go with your son though?
Sometimes.
Yes. And he can.
He does his own thing, but that's the beauty of it. You
leave him alone too.
Yeah, I just tell him, look, stay on this side because he's so overactive.
Yes,
he does. Yeah.
And guess, I don't know if it happens to all, but my experience with BJ is they're very powerful. They have a lot of energy.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
BJ has, and his bones are heavy.
And you have to allow them. You need to allow them.
Yes, even a friendly swing can knock me out. So I always stay out of his way.
And that's another thing, the inclusion. You have to, like, I could say, because he's going to jump all over the place, I won't let him go. But no.
Yeah, you have to draw a balance.
Yeah, let him come. I just try and tell him, look, stay on your side.
Have you ever had to cane him?
No.
And you don't advise that?
No, I don't. I just try and talk to him. I talk to him firmly, strictly. Look, you can't
do
that.
But you cane your other kids, though?
No. And they're so well brought up.
I'm
not in a spoil the red spare. I mean, spoil the rod, spare the child. I mean, spare the child or whatever.
Wow,
no, but they and they.
No, when I mean cane, I don't mean whip.
No.
I mean that cane on the hand. Him particularly, I just want to know. Whether it sometimes helps in bringing them.
No.
So you really should just keep talking to them.
You talk to them. I mean, obviously, sometimes you may if there's.
Oh, they can get out of hand.
Yes, you may need to sort of hold them down on stuff like that. But caning, no.
At 21, does he have a girlfriend?
No, he doesn't.
But does he show the desire? You know, I have the reasons are obvious why I'm asking, because I just want to know how much of a life he can live.
Yes. Well, at the moment, not so much. In fact, I don't know whether it's good or bad, because you have some children with autism, older children, who are smacking their teachers' bums, or who are like, you know, sort of doing things, you know, that you can tell that they're very, very aware, sexually aware.
Now I can tell you where I'm going. You've had cases where people, in their own way, they want to force them into doing things. I've seen families marry some lady from one guy with, you know, of course maybe they'll pay the lady or whatever. And I think that we concentrate more on hiding these issues, on trying to, rather than managing them, we try to make them look normal. I think that they should be left alone. If he has the desire to have a wife in the future, fine. If he doesn't have, fine.
After the marriage, what happens?
What happens?
How do they cope? How do they manage? Do they understand the institution? That's what they don't understand. They just want to push them out. That's what I see. They just want to push them. They marry. Okay, it's not my business. No, it will always be your business.
I think so. I think that. Can I just say quickly?
Yes, quickly.
Sometimes they want it, but they can't express themselves.
Yes.
You know, so even if you do that, that's just it with my son. He's thinking, but the thought doesn't come out quickly. So you need to sort of help them along sometimes.
Okay.
So sometimes
one has to be sure.
I know, I know.
Okay. I just need to give one last call. I need to give one last call. Then we got to get out of here. The takers are here any minute from now. Hello, good morning. We missed that one. Hello, morning. Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
This is Adebayo.
Yes, Mr. Adebayo.
Incidentally, I'm visually impaired.
Okay.
And what I just want to say to people is that being physically challenged in whatever way, and let me even start by saying that albinos are physically challenged because they have reading problems.
Yes.
In fact, their reading problems could at times be worse than those of us who are actually visually impaired.
Okay.
I mean, I once spoke to an albino who told me that he would have to get up when he was in class. He would have to get up and go and stand by the board and read some things, and then by the time he walks back,
okay, sir. I'm sorry I have to cut you there because we're really, really, really out of time, and I don't want to eat into the next program. But I think the point you're making is quite clear. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Angela Emua and Mrs. Folusho Liasu. By this time tomorrow, all of us will be in t-shirts dancing and doing the exercise. I'll be doing mine here. Yes.
That's right.
For the listeners out there, I'm still trying to get Dubi. Dubi is looking at his time. We want to see Dubi is the traditionalist. Dubi Memory, I don't know if you know him. He's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Okay.
That will be confirmed later today. I'd like to thank you all. Wemima, thank you very much. Philip, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Our two mummies. Thank you very much. I'll see you all at 9 o'clock
us.
tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey, put a spotlight on me. Now let me tell you this. I used to care for the world's opinion.
And I used to fear their rejection.
Or more, I used to beg for validation.
And I
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.